name is Jessica. I'm a performance specialist here at ActiveCore, and today I'm going to share a quick tip with you about improving your foot mobility. For those clients that I've been seeing since we've been back in person from COVID, know that I've been pretty obsessed with this exercise over the last year. It's a great way to quickly improve your access to the muscles in the underside of your foot, and it happens to feel great while you do it. So what you're going to need is a firm ball, and technically you could use a tennis ball. There's also something called a pinky ball that many clients are familiar with. This happens to be a racket ball. No, I'm sorry, this is a lacrosse ball. Racket balls, pinky balls are similar to racket balls. This is a lacrosse ball, and it's a little firmer than a racket ball, and it's also a little bit heavier, and that firmness and heaviness make it a really nice tool for this purpose. So I'm just going to pull up a stool. You can do this seated or standing. I happen to like doing it seated because it gives you a little bit more ability to put pressure in, and you don't have to worry about your balance. But certainly you could do it standing as well. Scoot back a little bit. Okay, so I've got the ball on the floor, and I'm going to take it right under the metatarsal of my big toe, which is like the big knuckle on your big toe, and I'm just going to roll the ball up through the arch of the foot with a fair amount of pressure. And I'm looking in this first pass for any spots that feel a little bit tender, and then I'm going to continue to work through the foot to the second toe metatarsal, through the middle of the arch, and then the third toe metatarsal. And I'm taking the ball up under those knuckles, so not just on the back side of them in the arch, but up under the knuckles too, so I'm getting a little bit of movement into those knuckles. Then I'm working my way out towards the pinky toe side of my foot. Then I want to come more towards the back part of my arch, where my arch meets my heel, and put some good pressure in on those points. So at this point I'm kind of exploring what's going on in my foot. So the foot has a bunch of joints. There's all the joints of the toes and the metatarsals, and then we've got all these bones that run up into the ankle. So there's a lot of different ways that the foot can move, both within the foot itself and at the ankle. And I'm using the ball to try to get a little bit of movement through as many of those joints as possible. And if you've got any tender spots, you can stay on them. One of my PTs tells me that the best research says that if you've got a trigger point, if you can stay on it for at least 60 seconds and possibly 90 or up to 90, that will give you the most benefit for actually releasing the trigger point. So it can take some time. And one thing I love to do with this exercise is do one foot and then look at my feet and see how they compare to each other. One of my feet is actually like the one that I just worked. I can tell that the circulation has improved. It's a different color than the other foot. It's also a different shape. It's a little bit more spread around the metatarsals. My arch looks a little more lifted. And then if I stand up on it, it actually feels different foot to foot. So when we think about mobility and balance, having good access into the movement of the foot is a really important piece of our balance. All right, thank you so much for joining me.